What's up, guys? My name's Dean, or as most of you know me, Twisty, and let's get into round 8. Let's wrap it up. Let's see how we go. It was a huge round. So many moments. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the ladder to begin. North Melbourne on top, 8 and zip. There wasn't too much change going on. The Giants moved into 3rd from 5th with the big win over the Gold Coast. And the Blues are only percentage out of the top 8. Who would have seen that coming at the start of the year? But other than that, pretty much not any real change there, and Fremantle still on the bottom. So let's get into Friday night's game. The Crows and the Cats. The Cats winning by 26 points in the end. Should have been probably a bigger margin. They just didn't quite kick very accurately. Motlop was very good, kicked 4 goals, was close to the best player on the ground, I think. And Eddie Betts kicked a couple for the Crows. They were just a little bit off Adelaide. Missed some opportunities early in that last quarter. I think Seedsman have really had a big miss from 20 metres out directly in front, and that sort of was the end of their run there, and Geelong just got a good run on late. I think they kicked the last 4 or 5 goals of the game to just break out to this unbeatable lead. Guthrie was very good. Dangerfield, I didn't think he was that good, even though he had 33 disposals. But Geelong, very much a premiership threat. A lot of people, have been speculating, well, we have to wait till they play Adelaide away. But definitely Geelong are a very, very dangerous side come finals time, and they will definitely finish top 2. I think if they finish top 2, do they play down at Geelong, or do they play at Etihad or the MCG? I don't know. But they'll be very interesting to see where they want to play that final if they come up against, an interstate side. So makes it interesting. Moving on, Essendon and North Melbourne on Saturday. This was a bizarre finish to a game, as I've seen as well. North Melbourne, for all money, looked like they would have lost this game if it had gone on for another 5-10 minutes. Essendon were just coming and coming and coming in that last quarter. And they were just, at the end, the Essendon fans got applause and North Melbourne kind of didn't. So I think that was pretty surprising. But North Melbourne got the win, which is all you need at this stage when you're at 7 and zip. You've just got to keep going, keep on winning. And they did exactly that. 14 points. In the end, Jared Waite kicked a couple as well to add to his season tally. Danaher was good. Osario Fantasia has been one of the most exciting prospects to come out of Essendon this year, I think, anyway. Every time I watch, he just keeps getting better and better as a player. He hasn't really taken that next step over the last few years. He's sort of been in and out of the team. But this year, he's been in that team as one of the more, seasoned players, I guess you have to say that. But he's been very good. He's been very exciting to watch, very quick. And McDonald Tippenwood every week. I love watching him. He's so good. So 14-point winners a ruse there. Let's take a look at the Coleman medal race. Big Budwa out in front on 34 with a 4-goal lead over Tommy Lynch. He kicked 5 this week, big Bud. And then you got Jenkins, Waite and Kennedy on 25 each. Eddie Betts on 22. And then Jack Rewald, Jake Stringer, Luke Bruce on 20 apiece. Moving on, the Hawks and the Dockers. This was down to Aurora Stadium. Wasn't as big a margin as I thought. It would have been a 100-point plus. I had Hawthorn to keep about 200 points this week. But they ended up getting the job done by 41 points. Gunston and Bruce 3 each. For the Dockers, Walters was the only multiple goal scorer with 2. And I didn't really see too much of this game, but Fremantle definitely impressed me with how they stayed in the contest for as long as they did. I think at halftime they were in front by 2 points. So they faded off in the second half as they've got plenty of young players. And I think that they'll get Barlow back next week. He had 200 Supercoach points in the Waffles. So, moving on to the Twilight game, the Giants slaughtered the Suns to the tune of 91 points. Jeremy Cameron kicked 7. I just want to know, how good the Giants would have been if Cameron played the first 4 weeks. Who did they lose to? They lost to Melbourne in those first 4 weeks. So if he played, they probably would have won that game. They probably would have won all their games so far. the Giants, but they got the testing month coming up as well, and testing couple of months coming up. They play some good sides over the next couple of months, so their real threat will be coming soon. But Rising Star nominee, he should be anyway. I'm assuming he's going to be named that tomorrow. But have a look at this. On debut, 32 disposals, 17 contested possessions of those 32, 9 clearances, 6 of those were from the centre, and 7 inside 50s. Like, how good can you be on debut? There's plenty of players who are playing in the AFL who's never had a 30 disposal plus game. He's done 32 on debut with 17 contested ball. Like, I don't understand. You must be a genius. Like, he's so bloody good. Anyway, he was taken with pick 7 in last year's draft. I think nominated by the Gold Coast Suns. And then the Giants matched that with, I think, pick 11 and something else to get that bid through the academy. Let's take a look at the other Queensland side that's in a world of trouble. The Brisbane Lions got beaten by 78 points from the Magpies. Zorko kicked 4. Sam Mays was the only Brisbane player to have more than 20 disposals. They just could not get their hands on the footy all night. Mason Cox, the big American, kicked 4 goals. Treloar had 3. Jesse White had 3. And Treloar had 36 touches as well. Pendlebury was very close to best on ground. He had 34 disposals as well. But the thing for Collingwood here is that, you know, they are getting these wins over, you know, they got a win over Essendon, then they had a couple of poor weeks. Now they got a big win over Brisbane. Can they continue that momentum forward for the next couple of weeks? The thing about Collingwood is they're not having too many of their younger players stand up. You know, their best 3 players every week are still Pendlebury, Sidebottom and Treloar, so they still need a bit more help from their youngsters to bring them up. But Collingwood, as long as they can keep getting these types of wins over sides they are expected to beat, then I think they're on the right track anyway. But let's take a look at Saturday night's game. Before we get into it, this is what happened.
Lloyd is about to have a shot. Richmond win if he kicks it. Does he have the journey is the real question.
Oh, the Tigers get around him. Sammy Lloyd after the siren win. 1 point. Unbelievable scenes at the MCG. I just couldn't deal with it. Anyway, if you wanted to see that full video that I actually posted, you can click on my face. But let's get into it. The Tigers 14-17, 101. The Swans 15-10, 100. 1 point win. How big a difference can a point make? I think Sydney's last scoring shot, they hit the post. Luke Parker hit the post from about 40 metres out. Could have, you know, changed the game, would have put it beyond doubt at that stage. But Benny Griffiths, 5 goals, was close to best on ground. I think he might have had 20 touches as well. So it wasn't just a 5-goal game. He had 20 possessions as well to go along with it. Big Budwar for the Swans. You couldn't stop him. Like Alex Rance, as good as he was, I think you can't often say that a bloke who's had 5 goals kicked on him probably won the battle against Big Bud, because Rance's last quarter was huge. Huge to get the Tigers over the line. Rioli kicked 2 in the last quarter, as well as Griffiths kicking 3, and Sammy Lloyd kicked 3, and the match winner after the siren. Brett Delidio, 25 touches in the first half, only the 9 in the second, but still very good, and Anthony Miles was very good at getting the clearances out of the middle. So Richmond, what does this mean for them? We have a look at their season. And can they turn it around? Well, over the next 10 weeks, they only play 2 top 8 sides in North Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs. So over the next month, they play against Fremantle, Gold Coast, North Melbourne, and Essendon. And they play Essendon twice in those 10 weeks as well. So Richmond can get their form back up and running. I think the game against North Melbourne down in Tasmania on a Friday night in a couple of weeks will be a big one. Should they, you know, get a couple of wins going into it? I think it's after the bye, after the first week of the buys. So very interesting. Richmond after round 6, round 7, generally turns their season around. I think the last 3 years they've been 11-4 or 11-3 after round 7. So they've done it before. They can do it again. I have faith in the Tigers. Hopefully the outlook is good. But gee, what a match it was! What a match it was! And this was a bloody good game as well. Look at Carlton. They won 4 on the trot. They beat the Power by 2 points. Port Adelaide are just in all sorts. The moment they're up one week, they're down the next. They're up again, then they're down again. But the Blues, you got to love what they're doing this year. I'm going to have to hate them again very soon because they might be a good side quicker than I thought. Andreas Everett kicked 3. Liam Jones kicked a couple as well. And for Port, 2 goals each to Westhoff, Dixon and Wingard. And Matty Cruiser kicked the match winner with 3 minutes on the clock. Cade Simpson was very happy in his 250th game. I think Carlton were very good. I watched the last probably 20 minutes of this game as well. As I think I watched the first 20 minutes and the last 20 minutes. But Paddy Cripps, he's a superstar. I just love everything that he does ever on the field. Bryce Gibbs had 30 as well, and Doherty had 33. But they're very good, Carlton. They're a much better side than I think a lot of people anticipated. To go from zipping 4 to win 4 on the trot. Granted, not against the best opposition in the competition, is still bloody good job. I reckon they play North Melbourne next week, and they're a sneaky chance, because North Melbourne, their last 20 minutes in that game against Essendon, or even that second half, was pretty atrocious. So, wait and see. Carlton will stick it to them, and we'll see how that game goes next week, Carlton and North Melbourne. But let's take a look at Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs. Bizarre finish. We'll get to that in a sec. But the Dogs getting home by 32 points. The package, Drakey Stringer had 5 goals to his name. Bontempelli had 33 disposals. Hunter with 34. Watts kicked 3. And Kennedy looked okay as well with 2. It was Libba that had the 19 tackles. How stupid can I be? But Dogs big winners. Melbourne, again, as I've been saying, they need that consistency week-to-week performance. And until they do it against a bigger club, I'm not yet ready to jump on them yet. But the Dogs definitely just trucking along nicely again. The package with a couple of goals to his name. Little mini bag to the package. But nice work by the Dogs. They just keep on keeping on. 6-2 now. So they're in a good spot. But have a look at this. The siren has sounded. They do a score review. They're back in the middle for the bounce. Maxi Gawn, hands on hips, does not want to be there. And this is just the most bizarre finish to a game I've seen in a long time. But it's just unbelievable. And the final game of the round, the Eagles and the Saints, 103-point win? Yeah, 103-point win. Security kicked 3 goals for the game. 29, that's got to be the lowest score in a couple of years. And the Eagles at home again, I mean, at home, they just ride the roller coaster of love and affection, and then away they have troubles. So if that happens in the finals, they're pretty much screwed. As good as they were this week, they got to back it up again and do it on the road in the weeks to come. Bad around as some other weeks. Ablett with concussion on the siren, as well as Mason Wood after a big attempted grab. Got concussed himself. Actually, no, he did take the grab. Concussed himself there. Lonergan had that knock early in the game against the Crows. Adam Sard with the hamstring. Dane Beans with knee soreness. Paddy Cripps just a bit of soreness on his knee. He'll be right. Mason Cox with the hand. And Levi Casbolt with a leg. They thought it was an ACL. It looked like an ACL from what I saw straight away. But he'll be right to go in maybe 8 to 10 weeks. So they might get him back. And that is it for our round 8 wrap up. What was your favourite moment of the round? It was Sam Lloyd kicking that goal, wasn't it? Or was it the bizarre ending to the Bulldogs double siren gate against the Ds? But let me know what you guys thought. Let me know in the comment section. Leave a big thumbs up. And until next time, I will see you guys later.